father used to accompany hunters sometimes to do running repairs in the field. So this is a spiritual experience for me. Let me know when you're finished over there. The camp's coming together nicely, I think. Time for a break, maybe? We can have a chat while we catch our breath. You came to Minato from the west, didn't you? Along the mountain path. That means you must have walked right around the foot of the secret mountain. That's what we call it. But people from Minato don't venture that way anymore. It was a sacred place for the hunters of old. Much like the Spirit Isle, I think. But I've never heard of any settlements or tracks that way. I suppose the weather's too inhospitable. Sometimes you see clouds of kocho fluttering around the mountainsides, though. It is pretty, but creepy in a way, too. They're called eternity ringlets, that particular type of kocho. I suppose because they gather by the injured and the dead. In the old days, some people even thought that humans in kemono turned into kocho when they died. Anyway, ready to get back to work? Let's get this camp finished off. Let's leave it there for today, shall we? Another one? They're getting very frequent lately.
Really? Interesting.
It was like a moving mountain. Honestly, I've never seen such a huge and terrifying kemono.
It reminds me of something I read in the records from centuries ago. A giant kemono ripped across the land. The castle, the town, the people, all were swallowed in rock. If this is the same creature, it would explain the frequent tremors we've been experiencing recently. Even the strange behavior we observed in the other kemono could be traced back to this giant.
All my life I've lived in Minato, and I had no idea such a kemono lived so close.
Well, kemono only stray outside of their territory in exceptional circumstances, and they rarely show themselves to us. Remember, all kemono, no matter how big or small, are sustained by the same energy, celestial thread. And since celestial thread is ubiquitous, they have no need to wander in search of it.
But then, why has this kemono... Could it be because there's no thread left in its territory, perhaps?
Yes, that's my hypothesis too. I believe our giant is hungry, due to some great change in the flow of thread in its environment. Now, we recently flooded our town with celestial thread by restoring the karakuri on the Spirit Island. So, unfortunately, we've made Minato look rather appetizing.
But that's terrible. That means this kemono is going to expand its territory this way and swallow us up.
I wish I could fault your logic, and I'm afraid we can't reverse what we've done. I had a nagging feeling that something might go wrong, but not this wrong. If only I had investigated the possible outcomes more thoroughly.
No one's to blame. None of us could have anticipated this. We didn't know anything. Wait. Didn't you say you'd encountered this bear once before? Heading from the sacred mountain towards Minato?
Oh. So that means it comes from a habitat to the north. And you're saying it was on the move even before our work at the ruins? But no, we don't have time to be pondering the cause. We must decide how to act, and quickly. Are you serious? I realize your hunting skills are exceptional, but no single person could dispatch a beast of that size! Even if everyone in town pulled together, the best we could hope to do is give it a nasty surprise to begin with before... No, come on, Suzuna. You owe it to Minato to fix this. Think now. Going along the Harugasumi Way, its enormous bulk will mean it has to descend into the river. If we can position Karakuri along the bluff, we might be able to defeat it before it hits the town. I think that's the only workable strategy at this point. I'll talk to the elders about preparing the necessary Karakuri. What I need you to do is buy us some time. Without a chance to prepare, I'm afraid we're doomed.
I wonder if I could... Sorry, I need to go and test something. Meet me later at the forge.
It's going to take all we've got to overcome this threat. The town needs your help now more than ever. Believe me, I'm doing everything I can think of.
A mountain. Have you seen that mountain of a kemono? I thought I was seeing things when I hear you came back with... Have you seen that? Oh. Now, there's a smug smile. Nani? The one on the Spirit Isle? Yeah. You expect me to believe that? You're serious, aren't you? But was it really the same kemono, I wonder? The one I dispatched was 10 times my height, at least.
That's enough, Ujishige-san. The bird's as tall as your tail about it, and it gets taller every time. Let me tell you what really happened when they were attacked by that Dreadclaw on the Spirit Isle. Ujishige-san was escorting a gathering party, it's true. And a child was almost taken by the kemono. But as for this old samurai's claim that he dispatched it, well...
Well, you know, I was just trying to inspire this one with some tales of great exploits. Even if they weren't entirely my own. And inspire you I did. You've added your own great exploits now. Here's the little something I promised you for defeating the Dreadclaw that's been trembling ever since it faced me all those years ago. Right. Now, I have somewhere to be, so I'll bid you farewell for now. Well done, Chief.
Because the child that nearly got taken was me, to my shame. You see, I stole away in the boat that my father and the hunters took to the isle that day. When we landed and I climbed out, the Dreadclaw appeared out of nowhere. It was after me. While the other hunters scrambled for their weapons, Ujishige-san ran for cover. I was too scared to move, but he grabbed me and we took refuge in the boat. He claimed I was just in his path as he was trying to get away, so he had to pick me up. But I think he was trying to stop me getting caught in the fray, to be honest. He got into a lot of trouble with the rest of the hunters afterwards. They were furious that he'd left them in the lurch. He's got a good heart, you see? But he does love to boast. Don't hold it against him, though. You could be good friends. Good. You're here.
If we can't live in Minato anymore.
Sorry to run off in the middle of a conversation like that, but I had an idea that couldn't wait. I'll come straight to the point. I need some kimono materials, and I need them fast. I started playing around with some new innovations after all the karakuri came back to life, you see. And I think I might have come up with a weapon we can use to fight that giant kimono. It's clearly a rock kimono of some kind, isn't it? Did you notice how its body was covered in deep crevices? And how kocho were fluttering around those parts? In the same sort of way that they swarm over the corpses of kimono, or their wounds. Well, if those crevices are wounds too, they could be weak points. And with my new weapon, we could target them from the ground. Which is why I really need those materials. I'm basically after a large quantity of iron sand. More than we have time to dig out of the ground. But I've remembered that Nobu mentioned a rumor about a kimono that scatters iron sand. I'm sorry to be asking yet another favor, but do you think you could help? whatever it takes. You've got them already? This is exactly what I need. Arigato. I should be able to put the weapon together now. It won't take long. This is a matter of personal pride. I'm going to make the greatest weapon you've ever seen in the shortest time imaginable. Blacksmith's honor will be against that huge creature.
All right. How are your preparations going? I don't remember the last time I was this busy. But at least we're more or less ready now. The karakuri are being installed as we speak. Along the route I predicted the Kuninarashi will take, following the old Blossom Trail. It's somewhat hobbled together by people working outside their areas of expertise, but it's the best we can manage. I've had to work the carpenter's fingers to the bone. But everything should be in place the next time the giant earthbreaker stirs. The Crimson Treasury has supplied an assortment of forbidding items too. I'm a little curious as to why Kogyoku had so much gunpowder in stock, to be honest. Still, ignorance is zen, as they say. Best to just accept it graciously and avoid asking too many questions. I know the wretched creature is only searching for sustenance, but we have to protect our own interests and lives. This is a battle we cannot afford to lose. That's why we've pulled out all the stops. But now, it all falls to you. I'm delighted to hear you sounding so confident. Perhaps the new weapon Natsume has developed has something to do with that. Still, anything could happen out there. Make sure you have all the right equipment in full working order. Oh, and Togahime wanted to speak with you. I suggest you show your face before we're plunged into battle.
They will be laughing at me now, in what should have long made Minato benefit from your exceptional hunting skills. There is so painful. I see the citizens are expending every effort for our town, yet you are charged with the most onerous task. Are you ready for the battle ahead? In that case, may I take a moment of your time? There's something I would like to explain before you head into battle. I have been seeking assistance from Minato, but every clan is embroiled in the wars raging to the west. All have refused me outright. Even my own Ago clan offer no support. None of them, including the head of the clan, my father, have the slightest interest in Minato. In their eyes, it is worthless, good only for its inevitable destruction by Kemono, the fate they hope I, its steward, will share. Forgive me, none of that is your concern. I am powerless to do anything but circulate through the town and offer encouragement to the citizens. To my shame, I do not even have a sword. So I have no choice but to implore you, an outsider, to shoulder the burden of Minato's destiny. Please lend us your strength. Lend my home your strength.
It's on the move!
Well, the cannon is ready for action. I just hope it holds out. It's never seen a battle like this before. I wish that Kemono would leave us alone. But it's too late for wishes now. Good luck.
This is it! Yosh! Clear the decks! Buy us the time we need. I know you can do it. is it?
Did we win? Oh. Oi! Oi! Everyone! We won! We won!
Now please let that be the end of it.
Perhaps I underestimated you.
I'm so relieved you made it back safely after a battle like that. Ujishige-san told me what you did. Defeating that giant kemono on your own, when all the defenses we'd prepared were spent. Togahime has asked to see you. She didn't say why. I imagine she'd like a report on the successful defeat of the kemono. I'll be at the forge if you need me. I have a cannon to repair.
What a magnificent service you have done for us. I dare not imagine what might have come to pass were it not for you. As steward of Minato, I shall be forever in your debt. I wish to reward your efforts somehow, but... I am afforded no influence over matters here in Minato at all. What can I possibly do? Ah, of course! Ichi!
You called, Hime-sama?
The festival of returns of which you once spoke. Is now not the time for Minato to celebrate again? When Great Kimono would pass, the town would come together to honor the beast and release its spirit. Would they not?
Indeed, Hime-sama. An excellent idea, I'm sure. Allow me to discuss the matter with the elders. I believe they may favor the suggestion, especially since the revival of the karakuri has stimulated such an interest in the ways of old.
Good. I have made a very fine proposal, I think. And should it come to pass, I wish you much fun and excitement. Arigato. That will be all. We will make all the necessary arrangements for the festivities. I am sure you ought to rest. This was an excellent idea of mine, if I do say so myself. Long may Minato benefit from your exceptional hunting. Some business you have made. We will make all the necessary arrangements for the festivities. I am sure you ought to rest.
You're enjoying the festivities, I hope. Records suggest the last time this Festival of Returns occurred was more than 100 years ago. But at that time, the supply of celestial thread from the Spirit Isle was already faltering. So it must be even longer since the festival has taken place properly. I intend to, shortly. I was just doing some research on the Kuninarashi. It seems that Earthbreaker had been dormant for a good 10 years in the region north of here. It must have covered quite some ground, passing the Sacred Mountain and continuing southeast along the Blossom Trail, perhaps in search of celestial thread. I can only presume the arduous journey took its toll, resulting in those fissures the Kocho were swarming over. And finally, The great beast succumbed to human hunters. I suppose it failed to find a suitable feeding ground. Either that or celestial thread levels all over Azuma are waning. There was a terrible war here in this region about 15 years ago. Great forests burned and there was a mass territorial expansion as many Kemono sought new habitats, which is what drove humans out. If the changing flow of celestial thread is going to result in renewed Kemono unrest across the entire region, then, well, I'll continue my research, and you continue to exercise caution when you're out hunting. All right, let's forget our cares for today and enjoy the festival atmosphere.
This festival gives me pangs of... I'm not sure what. It stirs distant memories, perhaps. I feel more comfortable watching at a distance. But you should embrace the mood. I'm sure the whole town wants to celebrate with you tonight.
I was just laughing because, I mean, I'm only here because Natsume told me to come. I've never been to a big festival like this before. It's actually not bad. Anyway, why don't you go and creep up on someone else now?
How's going, Chief? The sake is sweet tonight. There hasn't been a festival like this in far too long, so I intend to make the most of it.
As an outsider, some people were a little wary of you before, but everyone will have to accept you now. Trust me, most of us in Minato welcome people from elsewhere with an open mind. After all, most of the town's residents were outsiders once upon a time. In ancient times, there were lots of hunters living across Azuma, and they all helped each other out. Then later, when the samurai rulers gained power, this area became a province overseen by a shugo governor. The samurai slowly pushed hunters further east until they were left with nowhere to go but Minato, here on the eastern edge of the region. Generations of hunters have lived here, mixing with others who fled to Minato to escape difficult lives under the samurai. And now you've arrived, with your amazing ability to conjure and control karakuri. Perhaps you're the person Minato has been waiting for, come to rescue us from our plight. I'm sure it's because of how you feel about Kemono displacing humans. That's what gave you the strength to defeat the Great Bear. You've already saved us twice. Anyway, have you been enjoying the festival? The Rite of Returns will be starting soon at the altar. I'm glad. Shall we head over to the altar together? Fire liberates the soul. The beast's spirit will return to the heavens and rest until it's reborn in a new body. It's one of Minato's oldest rites.
It's a load of old hokum. Forget the next life. There's enough to worry about in this one. Isn't that right, Chief? Oh. Is that?
The bird of auspice. It's flying so close. It can only be a good omen for our town. Minato will prosper like it once did. Even more, perhaps.
Forgive me for intruding. Are you awake? There is a matter of some urgency I must discuss with you. Allow me once again to express my heartfelt gratitude for your exploits. Your courage saved Minato from devastation. But I confess, my blood ran cold yesternight at the sight of the kemono flying overhead. I had not known the citizens of Minato call that kemono Amaterasu, the bird of auspice. I wish that its appearance truly were auspicious, but I fear that Minato is rarely so fortunate. Our near misadventure with the Earthbreaker has again made me wonder what more I can do for the town. I had already been consulting with trusted kin on the matter. They suggested bolstering town defenses, since there is a very real prospect of further attacks. Consequently, I have summoned carpenters of the renowned Tsuruhashi clan from the capital. They are skilled at building large structures and well versed in the use of karakuri. Do not worry. You were once a concern for Minato. They will become our strength, as you did. There is, however, one matter that troubles me. Ordinarily, one would travel here from the capital across the sea, but I am told the Southern Ocean is too perilous at present. The clan must therefore arrive by land, a journey due to take them through the Akikure Canyon. The land there was laid to waste by war, and as kemono increased in number, the canyon was sealed shut. I have arranged for it to be reopened so the carpenters may pass. But as a precaution, I would ask that you meet them there and provide escort. Good, then I know they will arrive safely. Now, if you will excuse me, I have further preparations to make.
You're here. Perfect timing. I've just put the finishing touches on the new prototype I was hoping you could try out for me. Actually, it's a weapon you already know. The hand cannon I put together for you to fight the giant bear. But I let you down then because it broke in battle. Such a vital weapon, too. I feel like I failed as a blacksmith. So I've been improving it and refining it to be more reliable. I've just completed the work. And I've taken the opportunity to get another new weapon ready as well. I really think I've done good work this time. If you don't mind, I'd love to hear your thoughts. They say the canyon is teeming with mighty kemono nowadays. Make sure you're properly equipped, alright? I heard you're going to meet the carpenters. Be careful. They say there are many powerful kemono in the Harvest Canyon to the west. Still, it's wonderful that Togahime has commissioned such skilled woodworkers. Besides houses and other buildings, they'll be able to help construct weapons to protect the town. Just think of the karakuri advancements we'll be able to make. In fact, you remember when we explored the ruins on the Spirit Isle? I found fragments of a stone tablet there left behind by the ancient hunters. It showed a huge karakuri, and around it, the corpses of dead kemono, big ones. So I think it was used to defend against the kemono threat. I agree, and I hope we can. But there are a lot of construction details we're still unsure of. Suzuran-sensei and Nobu have been frantically searching Minato's records for more information. But even if we do discover how it was built, we don't know if we'll have the skills in Minato today to recreate it. Still, with the carpenters from the capital on the way, we just might. Well, anyway, hopefully it won't be necessary for a long time to come. We have plenty of time to work it all out. And I'll do everything I possibly can to help, of course. Anything for Minato. Goodbye for now, then. There's no rush. Take your time to decide what you need. See you again soon.